Hello and welcome everybody to an Ask Joshino Anything, the show where you can ask me, Joshino, any question you so desire. It's basically a subscriber Q&A. Just some updates out of the way. Today I've been at Insomnia59, which is basically a big gaming expo in the UK, and there's press, but you probably can't see the press badge, but hey ho. I'm also going to be there tomorrow. And I've been given some codes to give away, and they're all Pip Raider skins, so if you do see me there or if you're going, then be sure to go, Joshino, give me a code, and yeah, I'll be happy to do that. Maybe I'll give them away if nobody taps me on the shoulder. Also, today I've been hanging out with Vox and Lewis from the Smite Dignitas team, and basically just had a great day. We just chilled out really, and just did the whole event, and tomorrow I'm going to be probably playing a lot more indie games and things, and hopefully, this time actually, today I went on my own and it was thankful that I got to meet up with Vox, who is the esports manager for Paladins. It's something like that, is his job title. Yeah, it was nice when we met up, and yeah, we had a cool day. And as I was saying, my cameraman was a little bit ill this morning. He may have lost his wallet and his phone and everything last night. And he was peering out the window because he had to break into his own house and wasn't in a state to drive, I'll just say that. So yeah, I got there late as well, so I was a bit disorientated. But yeah, it was a great day in the end, and I'm going to be there tomorrow, and it's all cool. Anyway, let's get on to the questions, and we've got our crusty piece of paper again, and hopefully this will serve as well. Frederick Hurt says, Joshino, tell people Paladins is on Mac because most people don't know. So everybody, Frederick Hurt is putting out a big public service announcement to everybody. Paladins is on Mac, so check it out if you've got a Mac, I suppose. CRTV says, Joshino, what is your Paladin's name? This is, oh god, what is it? What is that name? It's Joshino, by the way. It's literally just Joshino. And it's weird because I'll play games that's like, you're not the real Joshino, blah blah blah. So, yeah. I mean, the original name, yeah, that is me. So if it's a Joshino with a dot or a zero, I don't know if you can even use a dot, then that's not me. But Joshino normally, yeah, that's me. Also, Zoran D says, did you get fat? I have put on a bit more of a chub and tuck than I'm comfortable with, I suppose. Like at the moment, a bit chubby than I normally am. Basically, I'm on a pretty much a yo-yo diet. I'll lose loads of weight and then gain loads of weight. I'm 6'5", so I can carry quite a bit of weight. I'm getting to the point now where I'm not getting away with it so much. So I think it's gonna be not diet time soon, but like sort of pushing things back. Like I'm trying to eat a bit more like green and things, but then again, I did have fish and chips today, and also a pork bap at Insomnia. Ooh dear. Anyway, Damon Hopkins says, any tips for playing games and aiming with a normal mouse, not a gaming mouse? So usually normal mice have less settings to set up, basically with DPI and things, so you don't exactly know what you're gonna get. Generally they're lower because companies are trying to sell you higher DPIs as some sort of premium, even though that really doesn't do anything. Just try, I think the way to go is, there's quite a few software that I'll try and find because I can't think off the top of my head what they are, but you can basically put all of your DPI and settings into that calculator and it'll work out what settings you need to use in game to be competitive with other players with aim, because there is like a threshold, because really you need quite low sensitivity so that although you're moving your mouse more, it means that you've got more potential to be have like precise aim. So probably find out with your manufacturer or on your box what DPI the mouse is, and then you can put it into a calculator. So that's probably the best way of sorting it out and getting the right settings in game for you. Dylan Ray says you should consider streaming, and yeah, I get this a lot, but the problem is at the moment I live on a farm in the middle of nowhere, and I don't have enough money to move out yet. I get money from YouTube, but it's not enough for me to move away from home, basically. It's my goal, I guess, just to move into a box flat with fibre broadband. That would make me really happy. And then I could stream as well, and basically I'd probably stream between YouTube videos because my YouTube videos are usually quite serious. Stolen PC Gaming says, can you make me a sandwich? And honestly, you wouldn't want me to make you a sandwich. I suck at making sandwiches because I never eat sandwiches myself. The only time I eat a sandwich is if I go to Subway. Personally, I don't really like eating bread much. I I prefer just to eat a salad and meat, or just like I like greens and meat. I'm not too much into the grain, unless it's rice. I quite like rice actually. MLG Anonymous Low says, have you ever hooked someone into a Sky Ultimate? There's not actually that many Sky players I come up against in my sort of rank level, and if I do, I haven't had the chance to hook somebody into one of their ultimates. If I'm hooking somebody, I'm going for the kill, to be honest. Being, you know, modest there. Crimson Dip says, are you Thunderfoot with a mask? You sound just like him. So, loads of people say I sound like every British YouTuber ever. Can't remember off the top of my head. Oh no, Guy with a band, they say I sound like him. I sound like, the Danger Dolan, I sound like Thunderfoot now. I think you're just listing English guys that do YouTube. I think actually Thunderfoot is probably further south than I am. I'm Midlands, so I've got like a sort of flatter accent, I guess. It's Esther English, that's sort of the posh English, but it's got like hints of my Midlands. We sort of miss out the T's and things in words. John Tyler says, how do I play Paladins with a 5-stack in competitive mode? That currently isn't a feature in the game, so you can't do it. You can only play with one other team member or two. I'm guessing they're going to change that in the future, and hopefully what will happen is there'll be 5 versus 5 matches. Even if it takes longer, that would be quite a good way going forward, and maybe having a bit more of importance to those 5v5 matches, maybe like a team ranking or something. Tom Hunt says, what are your Paladin settings? They look so good. Basically everything is on ultimates, except I don't have VSync on, and I also have field of view to 120, so maximum. That's my settings pretty much. Mano Cold says, do you think Androxus Dick can also transform into a dragon and like shoot hot boiling magma? So there's a thing about Androxus. Is he actually human? I know that he's like human shaped and he's got a hat on, but is he actually human? Like even his arm isn't actually very humanoid. Perhaps these tentacles themselves that come out of the arm are some sort of love-making device, and maybe because he's like a like sort of an evil like death character, maybe killing is his way of mating. I don't know where I was going with that, but let's roll with it. Okay, Rogue Wolf says, Star Citizen question, as you are quite interested. So, what do you think about people dropping hundreds of dollars onto internet spaceships, and do you think there will be a pressure to make them prohibitively expensive and hard to attain in the game once it gets close to release? Yeah, honestly, this is one of the big things that's a bit of a caution like block with the game. It's almost trying to make like I don't know, like almost a game economy, and like they are hundreds of dollars. Like you may as well be investing into like some sport. But I guess if you got the money and you want to spend it on a spaceship, hey ho. Obviously the devs are going to look at it and there is going to be the pressure there, but history does tell that devs don't care as much as money, and these people have already put their money in. So if there are pressures from the outside or money pressures, maybe they will just dip into maybe making it so that it's easier for people to get, so that more people buy the game. But I think it's all pure speculation at the moment. But think games like that, it's just so hard to get into the game because you're just such a small fry when you start out, and there are these capital ships that are worth thousands of dollars. So it's always a bit daunting, and I wonder whether Star Citizen will be like that as well. And it's not necessarily a bad thing because EVE's obviously really popular and a core of gamers really love it. Leonard Link says, can you do a video showing the DDoS of invites every time you log in? I don't normally save that part of my gameplay. I normally, because Shadowplay saves the last 5 minutes, so I usually start a game and then like basically catch it when something interesting happens. Yeah, that's basically how I capture my footage, so I don't probably have the spam when I log in, but it is, I log in and then it'll be like pop 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 pop, friend invite, and then people that can't invite me because I've already got an invite up will be like, Joshino, invite, let me play. But the thing is, like, I won't even be alt and tabbed in, I'll be alt and tabbed out looking at my YouTube, doing my sort of like admin stuff, and sometimes I'm like queue for competitive and I'm not looking at it, and then the game starts and then I can't answer any of the questions or the chat below, so I look really rude, and the chat system just needs to be improved really, because I'm not a douchebag. I try and respond to everybody even if I can't play with everybody. And usually when people catch me when I first log in, I'll play with them. So I play with subscribers more. And actually there's a question later on about a Discord server, and I'll probably talk about more my plans on what I could do with subscribers, I guess. Hextech says, can you make a book guide? And the thing is, I haven't played book enough yet to make like an ultimate guide, but maybe I'll do a game and sort of do like a post commentary and coaching sort of thing, and then after that, and after a few more games, maybe I'll be able to get onto the ultimate guide. That's sort of the idea with all the heroes. I get to play them, get to sort of master them, and then make an ultimate guide so that I basically cover all the bases. Aries Gaming says, can you and Knight.exe do a collaboration? And I'm not against one. The thing with collabs is it's always about like getting together and having like a plan to make something, and that's where it always falls flat, because often you need something to make that would be interesting, I guess. Maybe we just play together and yeah, just get some footage out. But I'm always open to collaborations, yeah, just generally, as long as there's some sort of plan there. Samlin Jin says, this comment will be in the next Q&A twice? I don't know what like the idea behind this comment was. I don't know whether I thought there'd be like some sort of comment inception, but I don't think there is, because why would it be in there twice? I'm not going to repeat it. Or am I? No, I'm not. Maxwell Carriero says, do you have a Discord server? And this is where I'm going to come to it. I think I'm going to set one up. In fact, I might even link it in the comments section, so maybe keep an eye on that. I already do have one actually, but I just haven't like worked out how to sort of set it up correctly. But it does seem like a good way to go forward. Maybe I'll just sort of like idle in a channel and other people can join in, maybe make their own parties and things, and then occasionally I'll do like a subscriber bash, or maybe do like custom games and try and drag as many people in as possible, and then maybe we could do some footage on that on YouTube. That might be cool. And but yeah, that'll be in the comments if I do get it set up properly, but that might not be until after tomorrow, because I've got my you know, the whole festival thing to do tomorrow. Oliver Pascard says, why didn't you show the game before that? And that was Slashwine, who was in the game in my last Q&A, and he was the Grover. And the game before that we were on Frozen Guard, and yeah, we got panned basically, mainly because MTBs and his team and his friends were completely drunk out of their face. And yeah, the picks were decided by like spinning a bottle. The second game that we played, we all got characters that we like to play, but the first game, it was, yeah, not great. Gar also says, what's your paladin's name? And it's Joshino. Clorix Bleach says, hey, can you upload some straight up PlanetSide 2 gameplay with commentary sometime? And yeah, I keep meaning to like get some PlanetSide 2 footage at some point. And do just like a chilled video, I guess, with a bit of commentary and just sort of live gameplay. I do think it sort of fits in still, it's all free to play and everything, and I still love the game, so yeah, there should be something coming eventually. It's just about time and getting things out and stuff like that. Burning Core Gaming says, can you do some more PS2 soon? So I guess I've already answered that. Devidas NC says, where is Paladins on Xbox One? I'm fairly sure they're giving out codes for the closed beta, unless that's actually just on the PS4 at the moment. But I think they're giving out both of them. I think the Xbox One ones are even more limited than the PS4 ones, but they are giving out thousands of codes for the PS4 ones, I know at least, because Vox was talking about it today. But yeah, apparently the demand for the codes is pretty massive, even though like they've already given thousands out, which isn't surprising really. It's Paladins after all, and people that maybe can't afford Overwatch are probably looking at Paladins thinking, I'll give this a try first, even though obviously, like I've said in other videos, they're quite different games. Bro says, can you finally live off of YouTube? I basically at the moment make a part-time wage from YouTube, so this month was lower. Let's just be frank, it's like this month was like $400, next month is like $700, and then the month after that is like $950, but then I think it's going to drop again because there was a few videos that really picked up a few months ago. Basically, YouTube pays 3 months in arrears, and the adverts on those videos really picked up. So the next 2 months, I'm going to basically have a part-time wage, I guess. So it's not enough for me to move out and live on, but it's enough for me to basically do all the things I want to and make me a very happy Joshino. So again, thank you all very much, and it's just massive. And like the thing I did before, you know, that porn win thing, that's always a revenue stream as well. And just generally keeps me going. I mean, I have been through some pretty hard times where I've hardly had anything, but YouTube and Patreon had been keeping me afloat, just to do like go out like once a month basically, just to keep sane and keep social. I don't know, but yeah, things are good at the moment. At least for the next 2 months. That's why I've done my hair. Amok Shabak says, can you collaborate with Rain Day and Stolzy? And like I said before, collaborations are good. Stolzy though, I don't know whether, because he just sort of shows his like gameplay because he is a pro and his aim is pretty much 100% on point. So if you want to watch good gameplay, that might be a place to go. But I don't know whether he sort of does like guides and things. Maybe we could just play together. Maybe we could even have like a group Paladins to get everyone together and play with each other. And obviously Rain Day is sort of a high-res staff member. He's contracted. I don't know exactly how that works because he does all of their like Q&As when they do the patch updates and things like that. So I don't really know what his position is. So yeah, so if people want to do something or collaborate, yeah, I'm game. Alexander R says, how many hackers or cheaters have you encountered in Paladins? I think in the whole time that I've played, I've encountered 3. 2 were victors, 1 was able to shoot through the floor, 1 only locked onto you, and then the 3rd one was a Ruckus who was shooting into the floor, and we beat them because the Ruckus was the only tank, so he had to keep coming to the point. And basically I was Drogo, so what I'd do is some of the walls the hacker couldn't shoot through, and I'd basically ultimate every time the hacker came to the point and basically kill them, and we'd win the point. So we won that game. There's one actually where we were tankers, and the same thing happened where some of the walls he couldn't shoot through. So as Makoa, I was hiding behind the walls, and also he couldn't shoot through my shields as Makoa, which is really odd. But we lost on the last point because he started coming forward and just aimbotting normally, which is annoying. But most aimbotters don't have any skill, like positional skill. So if like you outplay them, you can win still. And I do see whenever I look at the hackers afterwards that they have lost some games against some of the better players because of basically that you just outposition them. The thing is, basically a cheater will keep inflating and get to the top of the rank boards, but then that'll mean they'll keep facing harder and harder people that have a better chance of taking them out. But it is a problem, and easy anti-cheat is rolling out now, so hopefully some of these hacks will be caught out. But hacking in games is always going to be a problem, especially free-to-play games, and it's like a constant struggle between developer and hack developers, I guess. William Gabriel says, any tips for killing Eevee? Her TP makes her hard to aim at. And characters that can aim at Eevee are ones that can put out sustained fire, like Ruckus and Victor. He's just firing at wherever the ice is or wherever you see her TPing. And also another thing to mention is because of the wormhole, it's always worth watching where she's TP'd from because she's probably going to TP back, so you can probably kill her when she comes back. So rather than watching where she's gone to, because she'll probably fire twice and then jump back, sometimes you need to watch where she's blinked from. When she's in the ice block, Bomb King can throw his bombs at the bottom of it and then explode them. And with most of the characters, you can. What the Eevee will do, they'll jump sideways. The TP has a slight time to use, so you've actually got like a window of opportunity to kill them before they can move or stun them. Especially with like Mildamba, if you throw a snake or Makoa, you throw out your hook, you can stop them from blinking away because it'll get interrupted. So there are quite a few ways to deal with Eevee, and honestly, only the very best Eevees can't be countered. And the reason why in a lot of games Eevee isn't a problem unless they are played by someone, like for me it's like playing a Lazy or somebody like that. Playing a Eevee is a hard time, or Fish Echo is one of the guys from Team Aggression that's very good at Eevee. Dr. Definition says, what champion do you play the most in Paladins? And I think it's Androxus, but I've basically taken a break now and I'm trying to play all the champions that I don't play very often. And it's actually a bit frustrating, some of the characters like Bomb King. His movement's been really oddly affected, especially his escape. But as I've said before, they are looking into changing that for the next patch, and also with Season 1 coming up, so we'll just have to see how that pans out. I'm playing a lot of Drogus at the moment. Basically I play mainly damage dealers, except the front line that I play most is Makoa, and I like Mildamba as a support. Flankers, I do play a lot of Eevee and Androxus. Yeah, and I play Cassie sometimes, but I feel it's a bit cheesy because she just is so good if you can land the shots, basically. Hyper Gamer says, who is the best damage dealer? I would have to hand that to Cassie at the moment, just because of the potential. I mean, Drogos without his movement isn't quite on the same level, but he can put out a lot of damage, and because people don't usually pick up blast shields, because most champions in the game do direct damage, so they're countered by Haven, so he has more unmitigated damage. So Drogos is definitely up there as well. Androxus can make it if it's in the right hands because of the headshot multipliers, but that's obviously a flanker, so yeah. Nico101 says, did you seriously put your face on Cassie? And he says, I don't know whether to facepalm or laugh. Don't do that. Just say, that looks fantastic. Yeah, I think you just gotta go with the flow. I thought it was just funny, to be honest, put your face on Cassie. I was playing Cassie games, so, you know, we have to roleplay sometimes, and yeah, this time it happened to be Cassie. I did actually fail with my hair. This isn't probably what I was going for. I was going for like a violet colour, but the first one was like pink, and I'll probably show a picture here, but it was just like pink. It was interesting, and like it didn't match up with the hair dye at all. So it was also like a red pink, like, so it did look a bit like Cassie. I could have pulled off the male Cassie, but also it was on the borderline of being too masculine, I guess. Yeah, I just feel that women get away at the moment with dyeing their hair and stuff, whereas men couldn't really get away with it in a workplace and things like that. So I just taking the luxury of being able to like change my hair for once. So there we are. That's what's happened here. Anyway, thank you all very much for the questions. If you've got a question for next week, put it in the comment section below. I think this video has been pretty long. I got quite a lot of questions last week. So if I missed it, it's probably because I've either scrolled past it on the comment section, or it's been caught in the spam filter and I haven't quite got it yet, or it's something that's already been asked last week. So be sure to maybe look through what the last week's were. Or actually, I mean, you'll watch this video, so if you watch the whole video, then you'll know what last week's were. But yeah, just ask the questions in the comment section below. You don't need to comment below one of my comments because sometimes that happens, and that's actually harder to find. So put your own comment in there, like in a fresh comment, because that's the best way to do it. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, dislike it if you didn't, and subscribe for more of my content. Thank you all very much, and a mega thank you for basically getting me to this point. So yeah, we're at like 29,000 now, so boom. Anyway, until next time everybody, Joshino.